Okay, hello. I'll turn this down a little bit. How are we all doing tonight? I have something new. If I press the right button, here we go. Look at me. I'm in the forest. I got a green screen. I'm a little bit green, but it should make making content easier. I don't know. Like it's less things in the screen. So that's something. It's really small though, so I have to crop off like here because it's tiny. I bought it for like $15 from Kmart, which is like Australia's Walmart. Now let's turn this music down. I don't know if it's loud for you guys, but it's loud for me. Let's get that low in the mix. I might delete them at some point. I don't know. I kind of like music playing. It keeps you company. Okay, so today we have something a little bit different. Someone reached out to me and invited me to compete. Is that the right word? I don't know. When I'm doing a game jam, I guess it's kind of like a competition, maybe. But they said, "Hey, we're doing a game jam. Do you want to participate?" Is probably a better word. And I said, "Sure, why not? Screw it." But let's go to the desktop if I remember my keybinds. There we go. So we've got the Zombeez Game Jam by Fan Studio. I'll chuck that in the chat if you guys want to check it out. They basically, I don't think there's a theme. It's just they want you to use their assets. They've got a package of assets, including characters, weapons, environments, animation, traps, and other bonuses waiting for your creative touch. And so we're going to download the package, which we've already done, and use the provided assets to develop your own unique game. Upload your game to itch and see how you go. Cool. Oh my goodness, email alerts. Turn that off. So this is actually interesting. I didn't check this before. There's a prize. You can make some money on this, which is kind of cool. And collaboration with Fan Studio. So they want to publish the winner, which is pretty cool. Development for working involved afterwards. So they want to basically take the winner and turn it into a game and publish it on Switch, PlayStation, and Steam, and then share in the revenue, which is pretty sweet. And it's a 2-week jam. Ends on the 30th of June, the end of the financial year in Australia. Oh, the link didn't go to Twitch. Give me a moment. I'll paste that in there. Oh, it did. What? Oh, never mind. Restream's lying to me. Dude. Okay. Mr. Forgettable. Unlimited games but no bacon, or unlimited games but no games? That's a great question. Unlimited games but no games? Do you mean unlimited bacon but no games? I would take, easily, I would take unlimited games. I don't really eat bacon that much. It's tasty as hell, but I don't eat it. I don't know. My breakfast is yogurt and fruit. But if you said to me, unlimited games but no yogurt, then we'd have an issue. I might have to give up games. Okay, chat's been a little bit strange, so bear with me. I might have to pop out the YouTube chat. I can't see chat. It's not working. Boop, 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 pop out chat. Okay. Just in case, we'll pop that there. So, this is a cool idea. They're letting people download their assets. I think the only thing they're asking is that they, from the 10%. Okay, so there's stuff about the revenue share. I'm not too worried about that. I don't intend on winning. Yogurt over games. Yeah, dude. I do have priorities. It's kind of weird. I like that stuff. I love yogurt. And they're asking for all sorts of... I mean, they asked me to participate specifically. I've been invited. I use Godot, so like, I don't know. I'm going to make a 3D Doom-style pixel art wave shooter. I've never played... what's that game that everyone loves? Vampire... Vampire Survivor, but I'm just gonna make that in 3D, but Doom style. You know, screw the rules, whatever. I'll do what I want. I'm not out to win. I'm out to just make a game for fun. That's just me. Okay. So now that we've gone over that, if you guys want to join, feel free. Let's have a look at some of the assets. It's all very pixel arty. It kind of looks like 64 by 64. I've got the project we were working on the other day, and it's going nuts over some of the assets that I brought in. I guess they were made for Unity. It's not happy, but that's okay. We've got the project we're working on Wednesday with the really basic enemy and the FPS template. So I'm just gonna like turn this into a wave shooter of some kind. I'm gonna make it so I can kill the enemy. I'm gonna make it so the enemy can kill me. Maybe do some health pickups and then convert the art over into pixel art, basically. And then stretch goal, power-ups and stuff, if we get to that. But probably not. I don't know if we'll be able to do that tonight. We probably just need to like clean up the enemy and make it so that they can do damage to me and I can do damage to them. So that's the first goal here, because quite right now, what we've got is the ability to, this guy will shoot me, and if I run too far away, I'm pretty sure he'll follow. Oh, well, I got to work on that too. Kind of weird, but cool. Just think of it like, basically like the, you know, like original Doom, like that. So you can do it. I've seen it been done a couple of times. I've never done it myself. But basically you create quads for the textures, and you just build like a 3D level out of those. And then for like the hands and stuff, we're just going to like bring in some sprites and whatever. It should work. It might look a bit jank. I haven't looked at the assets yet, so I just decided that's what I was going to make. I didn't actually check to see if the assets were good for that. We'll just make it work. Like, it's a game jam. That's the kind of the fun. Like, you don't have to worry about it. Hello, Programmer 96. Okay, so first of all, I want to make it so that I can kill the enemy. So it needs a function called hit successful. That's all it needs. And I can just copy that from the weapon script to make sure that I've got the correct spelling. We come to this. Actually, no, it's not even on the weapon script. It's going to be on the projectile script. And it looks for a hit successful with capital letters. I'm not super stoked on that, but we'll fix that one day. Hit successful. It normally takes a bunch of parameters. Where is projectile? So it passes on damage, direction, and position. In fact, if I go to the world and have a look at the physics objects, they have this function already set up for me. So I can just yoink that without the apply impulse, because it's not a rigid body. So go back to the enemy script and write that in. Obviously it doesn't have health, but we can give it some health. We'll give that, we'll make that an export variable. And obviously it's just going to be called capital H-E-L-A health, capital H-E health. Makes sense. It's going to be an int. Actually, let's make it a float. And I'm going to set it to 10 to begin with. And times hit not declared in the current scope. We don't care about that, so we can delete it. Update health label. We don't care about that. If health is 0 Q free. So now we should be able to kill the enemy. I don't know if so it's just on the world layer, so we need to change that. I haven't set up the layer masks. What layer are the enemies on? And it also needs to be in the group. I think it just needs to be in the group. It doesn't. I don't remember. Don't you love it? You do all this work and then you forget everything. Under collisions, it sits on layer 3, but I'm pretty sure that's the object layer. Layer 5 maybe. We'll worry about it later. It really just needs to be in the group. So the group is called target with a capital T. Because that just makes so much sense, doesn't it? Okay. target. And we'll add that, and we'll add the enemy to that. Okay. Hit save. Let's see if we can kill it or if it crashes. 50-50. Yep. No, we got it. And I do 10 damage, so it's an insta-kill. Damn, these areas are going to get on my nerves. Okay, so now we can kill the enemy. He might need a bit more health. Maybe 100 just makes a bit more sense, doesn't it? Yeah, cool. Cool. Okay, so now he can kill me. No, I can kill him. He can't kill me. So that's really like the crux of the entire game loop. We're just going to have enemies come at us, and when the health is 0, obviously the game resets. So in order for us to achieve that, we need a couple of things. Let's first set it up so that the player can die. And we need a health. We'll do ours properly. We'll make it health, float, and we'll just make it 100, right? Maybe I should put like a 0.0 after that. I don't know. And then we just need to be able to take damage. Take damage. And it takes a damage variable. It's also going to be a float. It returns a void. Okay, so we just go health equals minus equals damage, and that's it. If health is equal or less than, I think that has to be on the other side, 0, then we're gonna die. Print dead. Okay, so that is that. What happens if you queue free the player? Just a shower thought. What would happen is the screen would just go grey. That's pretty much it. It's like, I've done it a couple of times where I forgot that the camera is on the player. So basically what happens is it just depends where your camera is. If it was a different game and the camera wasn't on the player node and instead it was just following the player node, then the player obviously just disappears and all the input goes away. But for us, because the camera is a part of the player, if we delete it, everything just goes grey. So we avoid that. Instead, we'll probably play some kind of animation, but we'll get to that later. Let's first set it up so that so we're going to need a couple of things. First, we probably need to make a node that receives the information. So we can create an area 3D, like a hitbox. Damn, that was anticlimactic. Yeah, it's really not that interesting. If you like deleted the world or something, I'm pretty sure the same stuff happens. Like the game just keeps going. It just doesn't run. Like it's just a gray screen. So in terms of damage, I don't think, well, right now we're not going to do anything special. We are just going to set up a receiver node. I'm kind of debating on how we're going to interact with the enemy bullet, if we're going to be responsible for detecting it. We can set up an area 3D, for example, with a collision node, with a collision shape, I should say. And if we just make it the same shape as the player, obviously it just takes that whole thing. And if we set up a separate layer, I gotta like redo all the layer names because this isn't the project template anymore. 3D physics. And let's just make it something really high because I know there's a bunch of them in use already. So we'll make layer 15, I think, because it sounds better. Be the enemy, I guess I'll just call it enemy damage. So that's the layer that the enemy damage will come in from. And we'll put this area 3D on that layer. It'll just mask area 15. And we'll set up we can set up a callback. I don't know how how much information. We could probably attach a script to this and have it transfer that information. Yeah. Yes. Yes. I think I will do that. So, damage detection. And we don't need any of that. So there's going to be a signal on body entered because these are going to be rigid bodies. I'll probably need to look at areas as well. But we'll start with that one. And we can connect that to the area 3D. We can inspect the body. So we can say if the body... what kind of checking do we want to do? We can just go raw right now. So we can just say like the damage var damage equals body dot damage, and we're going to have to assume that the thing that it's being detected has that variable on it. And then we can create a signal within this called like apply damage. And it's going to send out some damage, which will be a float. And then basically we can just say apply damage dot emit, and we can emit that variable damage. And then we can just, I'll just rename this as well, damage detection. And then we can emit that signal to the player. On damage detection, apply damage, and then we can just pass in that function called take damage and damage. Cool. Okay, so that should all work. Now on the enemy side of things, we need to, well, right now we've got something really basic. So I might put the damage variable, we'll make it an export variable. We'll call it damage. And it will just be a float. We'll make it equal to 10 as well. Why not? Actually, we'll make it 50 so we die a little bit faster for testing. And then on the enemy bullet, which is just called enemy bullet, TSCN, this has got a, so it kills itself when it enters a body, which is fine. We just need to give it a damage variable as well. It can be a float. It can be just be 0 by default. That's fine. And when it spawns, we can, like when the enemy spawns this, we can put the damage on it. And that should be it. We need to change it to the... it detects the player, but we just want to set it to 15. Actually, we put it on 15. And it's not going to detect the body anymore, so we have to actually do mask it. Or we can just have the player delete it. Nah, I don't like that. Okay. So that is that. And in the enemy, so when we spawn the bullet, where's that? On shoot timer timeout. Apply central impulse. If player, var bullet, enemy instantiated. Okay, so then we can say bullet dot damage equals damage. Nice and easy. And now, if everything's been done properly, we should be able to take damage. So I'm just going to do a little printout here. Should only take us 2 hits to die. It's not getting detected. Oh, no, it says dead. Okay, so... take damage. Oh, I didn't actually, I just wrote damage. I just wrote print damage. Anyway, we know it works. Okay, cool. Okay, so that is a pretty simple loop, I guess. It's fine. And... let's see. What we need to do now is when the player dies, we need to do something so that we can actually reset the game loop. So the player dies, it should emit a signal. And we probably need to cut off all input, right? Like we essentially need to pause the game, but not really. In fact, we don't really need to pause the game. What we can do is just take away all movement and like play something, do some kind of like death animation. Like, so from like the player's perspective, if we go to the 3D and we just split the viewport here and say, from the cinematic, right? Let's click the camera, and what we do is like have it like go from side to side or something like that, like get beep, beep, you know what I'm saying? And then have it go down as well. And as long as we're cutting off input from the player, then it should be fine. I think it'll be okay. I guess we'll find out. So we can just make a variable. We keep it simple. It is a game jam after all. We're not trying to create something amazing in the code. So right after health, we can say if the player is dead, this is a bool, it is equal to false. And for the input, we just go if dead. If not dead, then we can do all of this. Chuck that in there, except for maybe that first one, because that's the mouse. Well, it's the escape. It shows the mouse. It's sort of like a pause. Whoops. It's not happy. Oh, it needs to be indented one extra. Okay. So we've got that, and everything else should be fine. So now when we die, we will say dead equals true. And now we should lose all movement when we die. And now nothing. Oh, I can still move. So I'm obviously polling something. I've missed a... Well, it doesn't all happen in the input. Clear that. That's disgusting. What's in the debug? Hit position is declared. Damage is shadowing an already declared variable. Ew. Let's fix that up. Does that make more sense? Local variable hit position is declared but never used. That's fine. Okay. So, where was I? I totally lost my place. We are... Oh, okay. The player can still move. How much of the input would be possible? It's probably everything that's happening in the process function. Is it really game dev if everything is working properly? Absolutely. I mean, that is the core of what it is to be a game dev. Okay, so we're in the wrong script. Number one, that's going to help. So we've got the input, so this is where all of this is happening. So we can basically, can we just disable everything that happens in the physics process? We can just, because what is this? Sprint replenish, lean collision, crouching, gravity. Gravity? I mean, it's the easiest thing for me to do is just turn it all off and not think about it. Or if dead, no move and slide. That'll do it, right? If not, what? Dead is false, right? I'm not going to pause the game. That's what I'm not. That's why I'm doing this. I should say if not dead. That is. Yeah, so because I like pausing the game is one way to do it, but like I feel like it's going to feel more alive if everything keeps happening but you fall to the ground, because that's what happens in real life. When you die, everything just keeps going without you. Sad but true. inside tree, hit position, body is never used in the function on body undid. That's totally fine. Close that. Cool. Okay, so now the player can't move, but we also need to give it some input. So we can send a signal. What we need to do is create an overlay of kinds. Not this kind of overlay, but like a different kind of overlay. So we will probably just show on the screen, you died, replay, quit. That seems easy enough. And we'll go with that. Let's go to 2D. Whoa, okay. So should it be on the world? It should be on the world. I think we're going to need to make that happen at a higher level, because ultimately we need to control the reset as well. So we need to reset the world, like reload the scene. We'll start with that anyway. So, or we could just emit the signal. Do we need a singleton? I'm thinking. What do we do? So if we go up to the top level, so we need to go to the world, but how do we get to that from the player? It's easy enough from the player script because it's just one level below the world. But if we spawn a canvas layer, what do you mean begins today? What did I put as the title? Hey Rocky, how you doing? The Godot begins today. I didn't update the title. Zombeez Game Jam. No wonder everyone's confused. I don't know if... Does anyone else use Firefox on Windows and also streams? Because I'm a little bit confused about the performance of the browser while I'm streaming. Because it's real bad. And I guess I'm going to have to swap to like a different browser. Let's make Doomstar Wave. Okay, so I've updated the title for all the YouTubers out there. Zombeez Game Jam. Let's make a Doomstar Wave FPS. Try Brave. Yeah, well, interesting you say that. I use Brave as the stream browser, right? Because like you keep the browsers separate so that this one I'm not signed into anything sensitive, so that I can't accidentally dox myself or whatever. I don't know, show how much money I'm making on itch. You know, just dumb stuff like that. That doesn't really matter, but if you want to be professional, I guess it's the right way to go about it. I should probably like lock its location scanning as well, so that if I go to maps for whatever reason, I don't actually like show up on the map. I'm not signed in to... Oh, I am actually... never mind. Anyway, so Brave is my stream browser, so I have to look at another one, but there's tons of browsers out there. Opera, maybe. Maybe I'll use Opera. I joined a game jam. Yes, Rocky, we've got Zombeez Game Jam by Fan Studio. Fan Studio is a viewer and invited me to participate in his or her game jam, their game jam. It's pretty basic. They just want us to use their asset pack. They have a $500 prize pool, which is pretty nice. And if you win, they want to work with you and produce a game. So that's nice as well. And they're also like doing revenue share, which is at least 10% of from the game of these players. So, you know, it's nice. But I'm not playing to win. You don't like Opera GX? Oh, excuse me. You know, I used to be, way back in the day, when Google Chrome wasn't released yet, I like Brave too. I use it at work. Yeah, you just have to use their asset pack. Way back before Google Chrome was released in like 2006, I used the original Opera browser because back then it had like tabs and it had the whole like, well, you won't be able to see it here because I've removed it from it. It had the whole you know, 4 blocks that you had recently visited sites and all that kind of stuff, way before any browser did. But then Google Chrome came out and we all started using that instead because it was lighter. And Opera died and now it's back. I don't know who bought it, but someone did. You were born in 2007. Don't tell me that. I was 17. Is it 2D or 3D, Rucky? The Game Jam is whatever you want it to be. I'm making a 3D game and I'm going to take these 2D assets. The assets are 2D. I'm going to take these 2D assets and I'm going to try to make a 3D game, which is a common thing that people do. I'm going to make a boomer shooter. I'm going to make a wave FPS shooter. So basically the zombies are going to come at you. You're going to kill them. The wave's going to end. And if I get time, I'll add in power-ups and stuff like that. So that's my goal. 2.5D? Maybe. Bro is feeling old. Yes. I mean, I don't feel old mentally, physically, but I guess I am. I'm 34. Okay, let's minimize that browser because it's going to shit. Try adding dash as well. I've got a sprint, but yeah, we'll work on that kind of stuff. Right now, I'm just getting the core game loop going. Running and stamina. Yeah, we got all that stuff already because I'm using my template, right? So like we've got running, we've got, jump, crouch, lean, all that stuff. We can kill this guy over here if I can hit him. And he can kill me too. And then here comes the vibes. Vibing game dev. You thought I was 20? That's really nice. I'm old. The thing is, I don't go outside, so I don't have a lot of sun damage. That's the trick. The sun will make you look old. So basically, every single game dev and computer guy is going to be looking young forever. Okay. So, where were we before we got distracted on browser talk? We were... The music ended, that's okay. We don't need that kind of stuff. How's it going, Vibe and game dev? How you feeling tonight? We're making a game. Right, so... We will need to tell the game that we lost. And I was thinking about the best way to do that. I want to do it with a singleton. What time is it here? For me, it is 7:57 p.m. So it's nighttime. You're doing awesome vibes. I'm doing awesome vibes too. I'm feeling good. We're gonna make a game, which is always fun. So let's create. It's almost 12 a.m. Where would it be 12 a.m.? It's like 12 hours difference, 14 hours difference. So you must be in the United States or South America, I guess. Either or. Just a guess. If my math is correct. Okay, so... In Europe. Huh. Okay, maybe my math is not that great. UK then. Serbia, okay. I've never been to Serbia. That's North Europe, right? Or is it East? I can't remember. Anyway, it's not important. Let's focus. I'm not trying to dox you, Rocky. Project settings, singleton. I need a game state manager. Create new folder, scene. Scene? Does it need to be a scene or can it just be a script? Let's see. It is a script for now. Yeah, I don't think I need it to GeoGuess. I'm really bad at that kind of stuff. I mean, as you can imagine, living on the bottom of the world. Why do people call autoloads a singleton? I think that's just the general term. Do I know the game GeoGuessr? Yeah, of course. I played it a bunch back in the day, but like I'm bad, so I don't like it. Game script. I can't. I'm going to make it a scene. I changed my mind. Game state. Manager. It can just be a node. That's fine. Where did it go? Hello. Oh, I've got a search on. Yoink. Game state manager. Yeah, auto load, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. People call it singleton because I think that's the general term. I could be wrong there. That's what people said to me, and so that's what I consider it to be called. What is now in plan to make? We're going to make a Doom style wave shooter. I've never played Vampire Survivor, but that's kind of what I'm picturing. But 3D and FPS. So it's basically just what's that game? There was a game that give me a second. Now that I think about it, I'm just copying something else that is in the back of my head. And it's called, I know it's in my Steam library somewhere because I played it a very long time ago. Where are ya? Come on. No, not sort by recent activity and just go down to the bottom because I've never played it. Well, I haven't played it in 10 years. I'm basically making Killing Floor. Do you guys remember that game? It looked 2D for me. The assets are 2D. I'm going to make a 3D game because I'm stubborn and, whatever. Not that browser. Good Lord. This browser. Do you guys remember Killing Floor? I think they made a sequel. I just realized that this is basically what I'm making. Killing Floor 2, Killing Floor 1, still worth playing. I've never even played Killing Floor 2. Just played the first one back in 2009. Jesus. 300-hour review. Let's turn this off. I just want to see it. Nah, it's taking too long, bro. And it's lagging. I got problems. Weird. I am eating ice cream with a fork and you can't do anything about it. I mean, I could ban you. That's such a crime. I won't do that. Okay. So, we have got a... What do I want to do to this thing? I am going to be just making a function called reset game, and it's going to do void, and all it's going to do is emit a signal. So we're going to send a signal out. Or can we just do reload current scene? Yeah. For right now, reset game, reset level, reset level. I only intend for there to be one level. And we'll go get tree dot reload current scene for now. That's fine. Okay, so now that we've got that, we can in the world, doesn't really matter. Eating with a fork lets me eat and enjoy for longer. I do not get diabetes. Yeah, I suppose. I mean, you're still eating the ice cream, right? Like if you eat 500 grams of ice cream, it doesn't matter if you ate it with a spoon or with a fork. You're still eating 500 grams of ice cream. So enjoy your diabetes. You've said you can, which means can, and then when I read messages, you can suggest me to do nothing about it, but I feel the need to. I don't understand. I don't understand that comment, but we'll roll with it. Okay. So 2D, we just need a really basic scene. We don't, it's not that important right now. We just need to get something going. So control, yeah, we'll make it a control. That's fine. Go like this. How you don't. I just don't, man. I'm sorry. Scroll container, center container, container. I never know which control boxes to use. H box, V box. I need 2 buttons. I need the text on top and then the buttons below. So it needs to be a V box, H box, and then a V box for them both on top. Or a V box and then an H box. A V box, I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about. I need an HB box. Good Lord. Okay, and then we add the text. Label. Game over. Game over. I can spell. And this can be center. And this can be center. Game over. Do a text override. Theme overrides. Fonts. Font size. Ooh, make it real big. And then we want to add a child to this, and we'll make it an HBox container, and we'll put 2 buttons. We'll go button, and make them center. I can hardly see them because this goddamn sub viewport's in the way. Just make it, now it's going to go behind the sub viewport. We don't want that. We want this to be on top of everything. Can we just hide that for a second? Okay. So we got the button, and we go replay, restart. I don't know. We'll work on the naming stuff. Quit. Quiet. Quit. And we'll call replay button. And we'll call this one quit. And, okay, just be sensible. Call it quit button. Everybody's watching. You got to make sure that you're doing good code. Okay. So we'll call this the game over screen. Keep it simple. It is what it is. Replay, quit, replay. So this is going to need to have a script. Play controller, game over screen. Fine. I have a folder for scripts. Ugh. Yep. Create. Delete all this shit. And we got a replay button and a quit button. And so when the player dies, we're going to go func show player died. And it can just call show, really. It doesn't really need to do anything, does it? The replay, we'll connect that up to button pressed on this same script. Connect, and the same with the quit button. Connect that up, and pretty simple. So now we go game state manager dot, I forget what I called the script, reset level. We'll make it more complicated down the line, but we will just get this going. Reset level. And in this one, we can just call get tree dot quit. Okay. Simple enough. We can hide that. In fact, I'll put a ready just so I don't ever accidentally leave it visible, and call hide. And in the player, we just need to get a reference to this script. I will make this access unique name. I said make a minimap. Maybe. I've never made one before, but we can try. Revoke your nick. Oh, it's not showing up. Doesn't matter. Export. Yeah, it's kind of quiet in here. Should we play some more music? I could play the same playlist, but that's kind of boring. The media library doesn't have anything in it because I haven't set it up yet. Zombie Twitch. Bear with me, guys. It's a new setup. Recording Zombeez. Stream media. Music. Kevin MacLeod. Jazz, because it's the only thing I like listening to. Can't I NQ it? What if I just drag it into VLC? Oh yeah, that works. Kevin MacLeod, everybody. Let me know if that's too loud. What is going on? Look at this. It's just importing assets in the background. What a mess. What a mess. Okay. So, now that we've got the game over screen, we can call to that. And we can, if you're dead, game over screen dot. I gave it a like a. I could just call show, but show player died. Whatever. It's clearer now. We don't need to print dead anymore. That should really be it, I guess. I just realized that the top of my headpiece is like getting clipped off by the green screen. How funny. This is going to be like quite a tangent, but I set up Flow Construct rated me with a party of 1. I didn't even see that. Where's my notifications? I set up stream elements. It's not working that great, but thank you so much, Flow Construct. 8 minutes ago, I missed that. I'm sorry. Okay, so maybe it's because I switched computers. I don't know. Need to work on that. So now we take damage. Once we're over, we're showing the screen. I mean, everything should work. I don't expect them to have any trouble. This is pretty simple stuff. Shoot me. And then, okay, so the mouse doesn't work. But other than that, we're good. So the other thing that I need to do, Jesus Christ, is just take this bit of code at the top here and input mouse mode visible. And on the ready, it's getting set as captured, so we're all good. So here, should be good to go. So now when he kills me, we can replay or we can quit. Nice, and he just keeps shooting at me, which is fine. I hope that's going to look good when I have like a million things on screen and they're all just still shooting at you. Just to make you feel bad, if you know what I mean. Okay, so we're doing okay. We're making good progress here. So that's your basic game state, I guess. Now that we've got the world resetting, we've got the enemy is pretty basic, but that's okay because, I mean, we don't want it to be too hard. We're going to dress him up in a minute. In fact, it's really at that point now where we can start making it look a certain way, and we just probably need to design a couple of different enemy types and different ways that they can do damage to you. So like have one physically hit you. We probably also need to like create health so that the player can gain health and run around the level, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, everything's really much, I'm like kind of happy. That's good enough for me in terms of wave. We can start working on the visuals now. So let's jump into the Zombeez assets and see what we can make of it. I might need to open this up in A Sprite to like modify some of it. Weapon icon. Inspector. See, we got like a pistol right here. So like if we bring it into that scene and just like, I believe it's Sprite 3D, right? Sprite 3D, animated Sprite 3D, all that kind of stuff. And then we just like drop the texture on it. And we set it to linear import. So let me just debug. There's a default import settings. Forget the setting, doesn't matter. Under visibility, we changed that to, actually no, it's under texture. I know it's here somewhere. Where is it? Where can we set this as linear? Texture filter, here we go. And I meant to say nearest. Okay, cool. So we've got the nearest mip map. That is literally your weapon, right? We just need to see if there's something that we can take as a hand. And how many weapons? We got tons of different weapons. This is great. So we can make like a fairly decent arsenal. We've got a shotgun. Awesome. Perfect. An automatic weapon of sorts. AK-47, great. Easy. Easy peasy. Have we got a something that can be used as a rocket launcher? Maybe I could say like that's a grenade launcher or something, even though it's a pump action shotgun. I don't know. We'll get creative. We'll make some excuse. We've got bullets. Yeah, this is going to be fun. If I remember how to do this kind of stuff properly. I don't know if we're going to be able to put hands on it, because we've got a bunch of guys here. We could like chop the hand off and put it in the scene. Like if we open up A Sprite and do something like that, I think that would work pretty well. So let's get that open. Alrighty. Cheranami? GD? How's it going? I don't know how to pronounce your name, sorry. Maybe it's with an S sound. Serenami. Always default to Chet. Cheranami. Okay. Had to switch to main account. Oh. Well, welcome. Man, the headset really keys out, eh? I need better lighting. Okay, so let's open up the character. What's it called? CWT idle character 1, right? Character, you can't see this because like my head's in the way. Character. Yeah, okay, they've got the weapons in hands already. That might not work for us because I'd have to do. It's not even the right perspective, right? So, like, it's easy enough for me to put these in the game because I can just rotate them to like look like they're facing forward. But the hand, I think I'm going to need to do a custom job. Another raid. Oh, thank you for letting me know, Vibe. Thank you so much. Got to really work on those alerts. Cheranami Games rated me with a party of 2. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Restream really needs to get their act together, eh? Not telling me that stuff in the default chat. Okay. I'm getting a bit distracted here. I need to open a file. Bioshock, Godot, Zombie collab, Zombeez assets, character attacks, enemies, font, intro, level, sound. Update 2, characters, gaps and line posts, queen spin, character. Where is like just characters? What is this layout? Character 1. Okay, we don't standing, we just need the, man, I'm lost. Where's the sprite? There's too much information for me to take in. I don't like this song. Or is it, am I misunderstanding which song it is? Maybe I am. There's one with like really weird vocals in it. Ugh. C1 W1 idle. I don't want it with a weapon. Character run 1 with the weapon. Is the one without a weapon? Doesn't seem like it. But then just give me the hand. Oh, I might have to draw it myself. Or we just leave it out. Maybe we just leave it out. Can't make up my mind. Okay, it doesn't seem to matter. Standing. He still has a weapon. Can't win. Alright, give me that. Agree. Okay, can we do something with this? It's gonna be hard. Let's leave it out for now. We'll just bring the weapons in. It's gonna be easier that way. We can touch it up later if we feel like it. Okay. So right now we have got a bunch of default weapons, right? And they've all got animations and stuff, and that's fine. What we need to do is reset all the weapons and give them new animations. So we could cheat and say like, oh, well, Blaster N is a pistol, right? So that we can just like bring in the 2D pistol. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Right. We just like put the sprite 3D in there and hope and pray. Should work. We'll go with that. It's not called pistol. What's it called? Character attacks. UI drone, enemies. I don't like this asset pack much. Well, it's fine. It's finding stuff is hard. We've got bullets. Weapon icon. That's what we wanted. Weapon icon 1-1. Okay, that makes sense. What happens if I just drag this in? Will it make a sprite 3D? No, I won't do anything. Okay, add sprite 3D. I don't think they have animations, so I don't have to bring in animated sprite. We'll just hand animate it. Rotate it this way. Rotate it that way, actually. Like on an angle. And flags nearest. Okay. This the pixel size, right? It gets bigger. Easy peasy. Look at that. We have a pistol. And we just delete that. I don't know what the animations are going to look like, but we'll roll with it. Should we test it out? Just do one. What's this weapon here? I'm too good at this. I probably need to make it a choppier animation. The spin too. That's actually pretty cool. Easy. I'm doing that. Blaster Eye. I'm pretty sure that's the one I can see now. Is the AK-47, I guess. Yep. Delete node. The trigger's just going to be to get the sizing right. I think that's going to be the hard part. So let's go Sprite 3D. Man, I'm chilling. This is going to be so fun. Drop that in. I might name them as well so I can actually keep up with what it is. Revolver. AK-47. And we can rename those top nodes as well. Okay, so let's rotate you on an angle that looks like you're pointing mostly straight ahead. Get the flag. And it will just be linear, nearest, I should say. So let's just get the animation up. I think this is going to be a little bit harder. This is Blaster Eye. So we want Blaster Eye active. Right, and so that's its rest position. So we should be positioning it appropriately for that. So we increase the pixel size to make it look more like that. I think it needs to be rotated a little bit more outwards. That's probably okay. Position wise, maybe a little bit further back and a little bit to the right. I think that works. Let's check it out in game. Okay, it's not quite right, but it's fine for the most part. I probably want it pointing a little bit more forward. Let's go with that. That feels better. Clips through the world. We can fix that. Because my mouse is stuck. What we can do is go no depth test. And it's just fixed. And then same with the revolver. I'm pretty sure that's all I want to do. And then it's always going to be on top no matter what. Hey Gonzalo, how are ya? I'm loving this. This is such a good idea. Solo Game Jam. That is correct. We are working on a game jam. I posted at the top. Can I pin? I can pin comments on the YouTube one. Let's venture into YouTube's app and scroll to the top and just get and pin that message. Message pinned. There we go. I'm participating in this game jam. You can win $500 and potentially even get a contract to make the game. It's a publishing company called Fan Studio. And they're not paying me to promote, but I'm here promoting. Okay, let's buckle down and focus. We got 2 down. What else have we got? So the Blaster L is another kind of rifle. Oh, it can just be the Uzi, right? Easy. Add child node, Sprite 3D, and then make it weapon this, and then what we want to do is just go back to the animation player, go reset, and then Blaster L activate, and now let's get it positioned up. I call this Uzi, and let's get to the flags. We don't want to depth test, and we want the pixels to be bigger, and we also, don't forget, we want nearest. Let's rotate this bad boy. Okay, looking good. Probably make it a little... They're not that big in terms of weapons. I don't know. I don't shoot guns. Okay. Seems fine to me. Oops. I didn't call reset, but that's okay. Obviously, we probably just want to stick with hit scan weapons. I think. And that looks a little bit weird. It would need to be rotated way further out. This one. I mean, that looks pretty normal. It's just obviously shooting a laser instead of... and the animation's a bit weird, but works for me. What's next? Blaster M, I think, is... the shotgun. Okay, great. This is why I made a template. So easy. Which shotgun do we like? This one, or I think this one, right? This looks better. Add child node. Sprite 3D. Shotgun. And drop. And we'll go to the animation player, call reset, and we're looking at Blaster M, which I believe is up here. Activate. Okay, let's get this in position. Flags. That's fine. Double-sided, no depth test. I forgot the... And then we want nearest. And we'll rotate it forward, and we'll make it bigger. Easy. Let's check it out. Got him. Easy. Okay, cool. Great. What's next? What weapon is... Oh, that's the melee weapon. Okay, yeah, why not? Do we have a melee weapon in the pack? Surely there must be something. I saw a knife in, like, the preview. Enemies. Oh, it's like a skelly. Skelly boy. Look at him. That's actually pretty cool. Hang on a second. Am I gonna make the game art? No. So for this one in particular, I'll show you the game page. It is the Zombeez Game Jam by Fan Studio, and what they're asking is that you use their art pack. So it's 100% you just use their art. You can make any game you like. They've invited me to participate, but if you guys want to play along, or if you want to participate as well, there's a $500 prize and the chance to be published by them, working on the game further. So, which is really good. So if you guys want an opportunity to make a game and potentially make some money, then you can do it with this. And even if you don't win, you're going to get experience, right? So I think it's a cool little thing. They mention Unity a lot, but I mean, they invited me and they know I make Godot games, so like whatever. Just use whatever engine. I think they say it's okay too. I'm making a 3D like wave shooter, Doom style, pixel art, you know? And yeah. We're gonna see. See this knife? I want that knife, and I want it to be my melee weapon. So I need to find it in the asset pack. Okay. How are we gonna find this? It's gonna be hard. It's not Zombie 2. How many zombies are there? Zombie 4? I think this one has a knife in its head. It's kind of hard to see. Zombie 4 attack extra. Bullet. Hey, there it is. I knew it was going to be there somewhere. Perfect. We're going to have a knife. This is going to look sick. Delete node. Is that beeping coming from the music, or is it coming from something in my room? It's coming from the music. Kevin McLeod from Incomp Tech. I don't like that though. That's beeping. It's probably a little bit too low in the mix for you guys to even really. I don't know. Anyway, keeps the vibes up. Blaster Pete. It's going to be the zombie knife. I want to add a child node. I know how to use the engine and knife. And we'll draw that here. And okay, so let's go to the animation player and we will look at Blaster P2 activate. Oh, let's call reset first. Blaster P2 activate. Okay, it's not visible. That's okay. It's teeny tiny. Look at it. We can fix that. Get over here. Oh, look, there it is. Now, this might not actually, I might need to alter the animation for this because like I'm not 100% sure on what exactly the rotation and stuff is going to look like. We'll figure it out, you know. Let's bring that in. Obviously, we need to change a couple of things here. No depth test, number 1. Nearest and the pixel size. Let's make it way bigger. Yeah, we'll go with that. Cool. I'm pretty sure you start with the knife. Oh no, we don't have the knife at all. Let's add the knife to the player character, weapon manager. We can add a slot, and I think it's just called melee weapon. Oh, this needs to be a new slot. I forget even how to use my own template. And it doesn't need ammo. Oh, dude. That's just too good. Kill you. I don't know how much damage it... Oh, I died. It just keeps going. Okay. We've got some issues there, but we'll figure that out later. All right. So that's it just plugs in so well. Awesome. Okay, the last one is a rocket launcher, which we don't really have anything for, as far as I could tell in the weapons in the asset pack. But I think it'd be cool to have one. Maybe I could just take one of the other weapons and make it. We just call it a rocket launcher. Like maybe this is a grenade launcher, if you know what I'm saying. Do you catch my vibe? Like we just, it launches a grenade instead. It's like a double, I don't know. Like we'll use this to begin with. It might be a bit confusing for the player, but add scene, sprite 3D, and then weapon number 2. And let's look at the animation. Can we like bring this up in the levels? Ugh, don't make it a child or anything. Undo. There we go. Animation player reset. And Blaster Q is here. Activate. Okay. Let's get this bad boy positioned. Flags. No depth test. Nearest. Make it way bigger. Let's just lie and say that it's a rocket launcher. That kind of looks like one, to be honest. He's not dying. It's supposed to do like, oh, it only does 20 damage. I'm going to have to like scale this kind of stuff up because this does like nothing for him. But it looks sick. Anyway. Okay, so that's our weapons pretty much done. So now let's look at the enemies. I guess it's not really done. I have to update all the rigid bodies to make them pixely. And then I need to update the enemy. So let's focus on actually still with the player. Could you guys hear this music? It's like reminds me of the Pink Panther or something. Okay. Weapons. Here we go. Plus N. Gonna have to rename all these scenes, otherwise it's gonna be too confusing. Let's just make some room so we can actually see what we're looking at here. Alrighty. So this is the revolver. Let's open up this scene. We can just delete this node. And we can bring in the revolver, which is this one here. Add a sprite 3D. And for this, we will want it to be billboard enabled so that it's always looking at the screen. Makes it a little bit easier to see. We do want depth test on this. It's also going to be nearest. We'll make the pixel size a bit bigger so that it fits within this. And the collision shape, really, it can just be probably a ball. Like it doesn't have to be anything complicated. Make it a little bit smaller so it fits within it. Actually, if they're a ball, they're going to roll. So let's just make it a box and make it 0.5. 0.5. 0.5. That will work better. Okay. So that is number one. I'm going to change the name to Revolver. So in the scene, it's a little bit easier to understand what we're looking at. Okay. Well, we'll want to bring that a little bit forward so that it doesn't clip. Yeah, right. Well, something to think about. Okay, this is our AK-47. And we'll delete this. Easy peasy. And we'll add a sprite 3D. Sprint 3D, sprite 3D. Drag that up a bit. And let's look for the AK. There it is there. Click this. Drop that in. Now for consistency, what is the pixel size of this? 0.0325. Bring my number pad back. 0.0325. And then flags, enable billboard, and nearest. And then we'll update the collision shape to be also a box. For this one, it looks like it needs to be a little bit longer. Something like that. They're going to clip no matter what, because I guess if I made them like big enough that they're like always inside the box, I guess. It's all good. It's not that serious. Let's bring this out a bit. Yeah, they're still going to clip. That's okay. We'll work on that later. L2. This is the Uzi. And we will delete this again. This is very tedious, isn't it? It's a bit boring. Sprite 3D. It's that one there. Oi. Get in there. Rock one. Get in there. Spread 3D. Flags. Pixel size. Here it is. 0.0325 or something like that. Let's billboard it. Let's make it nearest. And nearest. Change this to a cube. That is within its bounds. Doesn't need to be that tall. Easy. Okay. One more, two more to go. Oh, there's a few more to go. We're almost there. I got the ammo too, but we'll worry about that later. Shotgun. Let's go. Alright, delete that bad boy. Add the sprite. I think I'm using this one here. Icon 2.2. Animation. Okay, we got enabled. This is 0.0325. And we'll go with nearest. Let's change this to a box. So we'll look at it from the top. You know, I find it strange that like you can choose to make everything. Oh, what's the word? Mirrored. When you're doing this, like it's got a mirrored thing, but you don't have one for here. It'd be nice. It really needs to be like that size all the way around. And then from the front, I guess it can just be like a little bit smaller. Cool. World. Where's the world? I've got too much stuff open at this point. Delete. Delete. We need you. Delete. Delete. Okay, one more to go. Rocket launcher. The not rocket launcher. And I'm using the other shotgun. This one here. Delete. Whoa. Cancel. Delete that and add a sprite. Drop in this. And we'll come down here, enabled, and I'm actually going to double this, right? So it's going to be 0.650 because it's meant to be bigger and it's not. Nearest, and the collision shape can be a box. Oh, it is a box. Guess I was sensible for this one. Like that. And like that. Okay. Right. How do these look? Not too bad. Nice. That's still fun no matter what. I love it. Okay, so now that we've converted all of that to pixel art, we've got the ammo containers as well. Do we have something in this that can look like ammo? They've got firing, firing, firing. all these different pixel, which is great because we're going to use them when we shoot. We'll add that later. We've got bullets, which are just like, yeah, I mean, it's fine. Character attacks. What about ammo? Oh, because it's meant to be like, I don't know, because it's like highlighted. So if you're picking up a highlighted version, it's more ammo. So is the ammo just going to be more of the same thing? Like, or do I have to draw it myself? Or I could put it on a billboard, like a square background, so that you know that you're picking up ammo and not the weapon itself, if that makes sense. So that it's clear. I guess right now we'll just make it the glowing one. AK ammo. It is what it is. It's not going to let me. They really should have like some kind of auto detect for that. All right. Might get confused with a billboard. I mean, we'll work on it. It's glowing. It means ammo, all right? They'll be smaller and they glow. Makes total sense. Yeehaw. Okay. Corn Cob by Kevin MacLeod. Everybody. Who likes country music? Not me. Okay. Okay. Yeah. We'll go with that. All right. Blaster eye clip. Let's try to get through these as fast as possible. Now they just look like a bunch of little AKs. Yeah, should be right. Blaster end clip. So this is revolver. This one. Nope, that's just a regular pistol. I gotta add a Sprite 3D, I keep forgetting. Flags. Enabled. Nearest. The collision shape needs to be a capsule. Sorry, a box. 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. Make it nice and small. Actually, more like that. Hey? Yeah, good. World. Tiny little pistols. It represents ammo. It's fine. Let's not worry about it too much. Delete that. And it's the Uzi. It's this one. Add a sprite. Make it big. And then make it billboard. Billboard. Nearest. Done. Right, next. It's shotgun ammo. Okay. Delete. This is really tedious. the one I'm using here. Add a sprite 3D. Drag in the icon. Make it billboard enabled. Make it nearest, and then update the collision shape. Easy. I guess it's kind of, it makes sense. There's no ammo for this yet. We'll make that later. Okay. We made it. We made a little bit of progress here. We'll worry about the level. Let's look at the enemy. So currently he's just a capsule, which is fine. We can work with that. All right. Oof. So, how are we going to make this work? I mean, it's easy enough, right? The mesh instance is going to become a zombie, right? So we can delete that and add a sprite 3D. Let's and it's just the same exact pattern over again. We can see the thing is now these are, I wonder, yeah, they do have regions. Oh, this one's like crawling out of the ground. It's a spawning zombie. That's not what I want. Zombie sprite set, PNGs, all zombies, clown. Clown? Anyone like clowns? Clown 1, 2, 3, PNG. I mean, he looks pretty freaky. Zombie attack. So it'd be better if they were sprite sets versus like 1, 2, 3s. But I guess we just have to work with it. We might need to change its type to an animated sprite 3D so that we can add a sprite frame. And down here we can add like a bunch of sprites, right? Zombie 1. And then speed scale, that's fine. Do we get all the rest of this stuff? Yeah, pixel size. Nearest. Let's drag him up a bit so that he's inside the capsule. He's going to be billboarded as well, but it will be on the... It's a Y billboard. That's better, I think. So he's always facing the camera. And... Ah, perfect. So, I mean, I'm going to have to set up a bunch of animations for this, but it's fine. Like, we can just have that autoplay. Probably make it a bit slower, I think. Right? Yeah, I mean, that... he's just... I'm going to die if I... But yeah, cool. Okay, great. That looks awesome. We're gonna need an animation player. Oh man, we're gonna need so much stuff for the enemies because they're so basic. But let's just focus on... I don't know where to start, really. Okay. Alright. How are we going to do this? We will need an animation player. We will need a script to control the states and process the animations. It's a lot of work. We're going to need something, because how do these monsters attack? Am I playing the attack animation at the moment? I think I just dragged it in, right? Like 1, 2, 3. Is it the walk? It kind of looks like a walk, right? Yeah, that definitely looks like a walk. So we can just call it walk, right? And then you can add. Okay, so we can make this. Do they have like an idle? Death, walk, attack, death, explode, walk. All right, so like, I guess it's just there. And if it's walking, we play the walk animation, and then we've got the attack. Oh, sick. And he just spews it on you. That's actually great. That's perfect for what we've got. Kind of, I guess. The attacks are going to need to be different, because they're all like melee based, probably. Like a lot of these. I think there is a range based one, right? It throws a knife, which we can, and I think it's like, well, the knife is a separate thing. So yes, we can make that one work. If anything, that's the one I should be working on, not this. Where's that one? Zombie attack. Yeah, this guy here, Zombie 4. It really needs to be Zombie 4, because it's just going to make more sense for it to be that. Can I delete these? Zombie 4. Walk. Drag that in. Dude. Attack. Zombie 4 attack. Now, how does this actually look? Oh, great. So he just throws it, and then we can spawn it. That's perfect. And then the enemy bullet, we can get that in a second, and we can just make it the knife. And it's done. Just like that. Easy peasy. So if we get access to the sprite 3D, can we just, like, with the very basic script that we have, are we able to play the different animations? I actually don't know how Sprite 3D works. This animated Sprite 3D. So we're calling move and slide here. We only do that when we move, I think. Yeah, pretty much, because we're returning out of all the other situations. So, well, I guess we'll see sprite frame, sprite 3D dot animation dot play. I'm just assuming that's there. I actually have no idea. Animated sprite 3D autoplay is playing. Play. It wants the string name. Great. So this is the same as the animation player. Easy. And I probably also want to do a check for is playing. I don't want to play it multiple times per frame. If sprite 3D dot is playing. Well, I just need to do the if not. And then play. Something like that. And then for the attack, so we've got on shoot timer timeout. If player, we're spawning the bullet here. We can say sprite 3D animation dot play attack, I think I called it. Right. Capital letter. Typical me. Let's see if that works. Okay, crash. Non-existent function play in base string name. I don't need to do animation dot play. I just need to go dot play. Okay. Yeah, kinda. It doesn't quite line up, but we can work on that. I mean, basically, that's it. We just gun him down. He looks a little bit below the ground, but we'll work on that. And also, he doesn't move towards us. Which is a bit silly, isn't it? Okay. This music's weird. Ted Jazzes. Kevin MacLeod. Okay. So we're pretty good. The bullet. Let's make the bullet look relevant so that at least the enemy that we're working with, to sort of template this out, looks like a zombie, so that we feel like we're actually making progress. So we've got zombie knife bullet, and then we also need to open up the scene enemy bullet, which is a very basic scene. Enemy bullet. And we'll delete the node. Add a sprite. And yeah, I guess it's just going to be the texture of the zombie attack knife bullet. Right, let's have a look at 3D. It's a bit small, so we'll make it a bit bigger, and we'll probably need to animate it. So let's make it big, make it nearest, and what I'll do is I'll animation player, and we'll create a new animation for spin knife. And also, I guess I need to set this up as billboard so that we can always see that we're being shot at. And okay, so negative Z is towards the camera, so now it doesn't matter which way I rotate it. We'll see how it looks. Anyway, so for the animation, we are going to key its rotation on the sprite. Transform. Create. And 1 second is probably fine, and we'll rotate it. Which one actually affects it? Do I need to make it a Y billboard so that at least it has depth? So that we can actually see it rotating. Okay, that's not going to work either. Huh. Okay. Billboards then out. Alright, well, no guarantees it's going to be facing you. I guess that kind of rotation looks good. We've got to remember that negative Z is towards the camera. So, I guess we'll see how it looks. It needs to be rotated a bit like this, probably. Let's just make it 45, and we'll key, and as a starting position, we probably want it to be upwards, like this. And then the next position, we want it to be downwards. We'll key that in, and we'll go around a little bit further, and we'll go around a little bit further. Actually, at that point, it's a 360, right? No, it starts at negative 78. Should I just make this 90 so it's nice and easy to understand? So it goes 90, it goes that. And then the last one can be not 360. It's negative 90, so just take 90 off 360. 270? Math? Math? And then make this like a 1 second clip. If there's 4 of them, I guess it goes like that. Let's just make it 2468. 246. And we want discrete. Kind of looks like it's spinning backwards. Whatever. Make it loop and make it play automatically when the scene starts. So it just gets spinning like that. Stop that. Okay, let's see how it looks. Ugh. It works. It's good enough, I think. Like, I don't know, you can see it coming towards you. They keep going. They're visible. I can't see them. Actually, no, there are some areas where you can't see them, right? Nah, I think it's okay. She'd be right, mate. Okay. He's dead. Okay, so let's now look at the level and how we can do that. Because after that, then things are looking kind of like a game rather than a template. So I'm using... Oh, look. I've exposed the background. You didn't see nothing. On this side as well. Shh. Shh. Quiet. I'm in the game. It's still exposed. I really need to invest in better materials. What is going on? Just stay stretched out. Has it been happening the entire stream and I've only just noticed? I guess it's on my arm. It's kind of hard to tell. But now I can't unsee it, so I'm going to have to like crop myself a little bit. Let's just take myself in 20 and 20 on both sides. And now I'm back to normal. Except my head's getting clipped, but that's okay. Alrighty. Okay. Let's work on the level. And so many errors. It is infuriating. Okay, so we're going to need to use a mesh. What are they called? Grid mesh. Grid mesh is probably the only way to do it because we're working with sprites. So each is going to be a quad, right? And we can just like paste onto them. So the world as we know it is about to end. And I'm just going to delete it because it's all CSG boxes. Actually, let's make the grid mesh first. Let's not destroy the world and create an in-game apocalypse yet. Let's set up the replacement. So for a grid mesh, we need a, well, obviously we need a grid. Oh, I just realized why the world isn't working because I don't have a navigation layer. All this time. I brought in my enemy, but I never set up the navigation mesh. That's why he's not chasing me. I'm so dumb sometimes. Navigation. Nav mesh? What's it called? Navigation link, navigation. Is it just called navigation region now? There we go. Put the enemy inside that. And we should be... Now he should actually chase me around. Hello. Are you going to follow me? Yes, okay. He's following me now. And... okay, we got some problems, but we'll have to work on that. Let's work on the level. Thank you, Rainbow Thumb. Yeah, navigation region 3D. And you add a navigation mesh to that. Did they change the name for Godot 4? I can't, like, I feel like everything is different. I haven't touched navigation mesh since Godot 3, so. Anyway. Alrighty. We are making a grid mesh. So, a grid map. And it needs a mesh library. And how do these work? You add items, import from scene. So we need to create a scene with a bunch of quads, which should be easy enough. Let's save this. We'll just save it in example world. That's fine. Create folder. Grid map. Grid mesh map. Whatever. Mesh scene. And then we just need like a mesh, right? Multi-mesh instance 3D. And quad or plane? I think quad. And there's a surface material override. Actually, we can just put in there. We want a material. This is going to be really annoying to set up. I'm praying they have a tile map in this set. Like I said, I never actually checked to see if this is viable. We're just making it work. Okay, we got a bunch of zombies. We don't need enemies. Levels? Amusement park. Okay, they are tiles. Let's not start in... let's just start in London. Got a bunch of backgrounds, subway, taxi entrance. Okay, so this is not a tile map. This is just a background. Some of it still is going to be useful, but we need level background gaps, tiles. We need something good. That could work. Subway. Okay, we got some. What are these? I cannot see. It's. I think it did. They made them for a side scroller, so they're gonna look a bit weird. Let's see if we can. I mean, it looks kind of like something. What I need to do is add a transparency. So where there's transparency in the PNG, there's nothing to be seen. This is definitely for a side scroller. How can we make this work? I mean, that looks pretty good. I mean, it's way bigger tile, but it works for this somehow. Dun, 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 dun. This just becomes the floor. Oh, God. A lot of this stuff will work. A lot of this stuff is going to be tough. We're just going to need to look for, like, screw the level themes, find something that works for the ground, and use it. And, like, maybe crop it. Ground? Like, I feel like AI might actually be good for this. I'm not going to do that, but, like, make a square out of these, like 4 corners, and do it like a fill in Photoshop or something. I would never do anything like that. Doesn't really help. Okay, so this is for a side-scrolling game, right? How can we rectify this? See, I want whatever this is down here. Like, give me this, and that can just be the ground, right? I'm gonna have to find that. It's in the amusement park. I can see they've got the amusement park background. Let's have a look. Finals update. There's a lot of stuff in here. Can we collapse all this? Character attacks. Coin spin. Finals update. Gaps and light poles. Background gaps. Enemies. Enemy sprites. Updated. Font. Intro. Levels. This is all too hard to look at. I need to open it up in the file browser. Zombeez assets, and let's have a look at the levels. Details, medium icons, large icons, extra large icons. I can't scroll. Okay. Nothing here is good. Not for what I'm looking for anyway. Crates, fire drum, lady screaming. Okay. Subway background. I feel like I'm gonna have to like do some pixel art here and just take some of this stuff. Hey Cassie, how are ya? How you been? Is it the weekend yet? It's got to be the weekend for most people around the world, right? Yeah, I think I'm going to have to like Photoshop some of these. I was just here. I am in Australia, yeah. It is Saturday night and this music is weird. Groove Grove. Where are you? Oh, okay. Awesome. Nice. I've never been there. None of this is going to work. Ugh, so frustrating. Okay, I'm gonna have to make something myself. It's a lot of stuff in here, but like, it's kind of hard to navigate. Okay, so I saw something in the subway that had like a pretty good... Oh, I disabled like Windows image viewer. Can I open an A sprite? Like, can you just drag and drop? Yeah, nice. Like, we can take some of this and make a pretty good tile size and have like a couple of different flooring options. You know what I'm saying? Like, since we don't have anything like top down, because this is a side scrolling asset pack that we need to use for this challenge. So I'm gonna just paint out some of these things and take a chunk of this. It should work. I don't know if this is against the rules. I don't really care. We do what we want around here. To be honest, pamphlets on the ground might actually make a good little extra bit. Okie dokie. Let's get rid of you. Let's get rid of you. And to be honest, let's get rid of the arrow too. And then I should be able to take like a pretty good chunk of this and turn it into some kind of ground. Sprite. And wall sprite. I will use it liberally. Okay. Give me some space. Gimme, gimme, gimme. How I intend on spawning the enemies. I've been working my own wave FPS, and spawning enemies that are not already within the scene is a little difficult. Huh. I mean, I really just thought that I would set up like a spawn point and it would just be like spawning anything else, right? I don't actually know. It's a good question. Is it because of the navigation, or is it because of something else that's difficult? I'd imagine it was just like spawning anything else. I don't know. It'll be a first time for me to spawn enemies in. I've never done that before. They've always just existed in the scene already. Gimme. What's the size of like most? Who cares? Whatever. We'll take like 64 by 64 or something. I don't really want to take it from there. I'm going to create a new one. And that is like ground texture number 1. It's because of assigning the player's position. Well, I don't anticipate that to be a problem for me, because I am using an area 3D for the player to be... Okay, actually, valid question. No, I take that back. It will be a problem because when you spawn them in, you want them to move towards the player, right? In a wave FPS. Mine right now, it's detecting the player via an area. So I would imagine you could do it with a singleton, right? Like you have this thing that's spawning in the world, and on the ready, the player and the spawner communicate via a singleton auto load. And then it's known. And they'll come for you. Something like that. Okay, number 1, done. Let's grab a little bit of this white over here. It should be okay. File, save as, ground text 2. I need a bit of variety. I don't like that. I want the bricks to be in the middle. Okay, got it. That was way too hard. Okay, file, save as. Get a little bit of variety going. I'm gonna need to look for other things as well because like grey ground is kind of boring. Like this is a pretty good color as well. I guess I could just like shift the tone of things if I wanted to. What else is there that we can take from to create ground textures? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, maybe, nah. Some of this stuff is going to be really good when I bring it in as like environmental stuff, but like for the ground, it's kind of annoying. Is there a way in Windows that you can just see like a tree file rather than everything in folders? Contents? No. I don't think so. Can't open it. What if I... That's fine. Take a bit of this. I don't even know what size it is. To be honest, it's not too bad. We wanted something to be in the same ratio, so let's make it 32 by 32. Half. Okay, I got it. Paste this in, and then scale it up. And now I have dirt texture. Oh, they're all ASPRO files. Whoops. I should be exporting these, not saving them. I'm an idiot. I'll start with the first one. Okay, so now we've got ground, we've got bricks. What else can we pull to turn into a ground texture? Let's have a look. What's in London? You sound like you're from London. Sorry, I apologize. Subway, we already went through all of that. Nothing here is good. Alright, looks like we're just gonna have... Oh, no, hang on a second. There was like grass. I saw there was like... There's a Ferris wheel, that's cool. Bushes, right? We could take some of this and make a grass texture. Give me... It's going to be a very, very stretched out one. I guess it's going to be... What's divisible by 64? I know, it's half as 32. Someone quick with the calculator. I can just take 16 by 16. She'll be right, mate. Hey. Yep. You'd be correct. I don't like it. Let's take a bigger bit. Just yellow it. No. We got the edge. I don't like it. Got the edge. It has to be a square. whatever. Export as grass. This is going to look so jank. Okay, so I have to open up a bunch of them because I saved them as a sprite, but I meant to export them. Export. Ground text 3. Export. How dare you accurately represent the Londonans? I've never been to London either. I gotta get out there. Don't save, don't save, don't save. It's fine. Okay. Okay, so now we've actually got something we can work with. We can drop that in. It looks horrible, but we can work with that. How do I do like linear? Have I traveled? Yeah, a bunch. Yeah, I've gone to China way back in the day, like in 2014 when I was really young. I've been to Thailand, of course. Any Australian, they've all been to Thailand. We've all been to Thailand. I've been there like 3 times. Don't ask me what for. I'm kidding. I went with my family and then my wife. I've never done anything debaucherous in Thailand, okay? And then I have been to Europe, but not to London. I've been to Italy, Malta, Ireland, and I think that's it. Maybe some other places, I don't know. Oh, I've been to Singapore, of course. So yeah, I've been around, but not to many like popular places, right? I mean, obviously Italy is really popular, but my wife is from Italy, so going there is kind of like just visiting family these days. And or you know, haven't been to London, haven't been to the States, haven't been to like Japan. Everyone goes to Japan these days. It's a cool place. I'd love to go. You know, like a lot of people, especially Australians, like to make fun of America, but I think it'd be fun to visit. Just see what it's all about. Okay, how do I make this crunchy? This is really old-fashioned. I kind of like it. I don't know, it's probably not that loud for you guys. Probably just more Australia, but with guns and flags. Yeah, maybe. I mean, we do share a lot of cultural similarities, but I mean, ultimately it's still different. And probably more different than I realize, you know, because like, I mean, everything we watch is American. So you feel like you know it, but I bet you don't. I don't know. That's my opinion. I don't know. People who've actually been there would have a better opinion. I'm just talking out my ass, but. Oh, with the flags. Yeah, I mean, my neighbor has an Australian flag sometimes, and they put stuff out during special times of the day, but like, I'm not really super patriotic. I know some people that are. I think it just depends, but maybe in America, people, how much, like, if you're driving down the suburbs, you know, do you see a lot of flags? Because like here, you will see 1 or 2, maybe, but like, not many. I don't know how to make it crunchy. And seeing a non-American flag. To be honest, I don't think that would faze me. But that's funny. You're like driving down the street and someone's got a little Canadian flag. No. Ah, here we are. There we go. Oh my goodness. It's grass. A giant flag in the... You know, that's probably illegal in Australia. You'd probably get pulled over for that. They'd ping you for that for sure. There's no way that's legal. A giant flag? Like, how big are we talking? Like, the entire truck? Like, as big as the green screen behind me? Hang on a second, I can show you. Filters. Hang on. Turn off the crop. Turn off the color. As big as that behind me? Or like... How cool is this? It's so tiny. Still, I gotta invest some more money. Entire truck. Dude, that's crazy. Yeah, actually would probably give me culture shock if I saw something like that. I'd be like, right. I still remember, like, when I was a kid in Thailand and I saw, like, my parents took us to, like, whatever, you go to, like, jewelry shops and stuff there. And there was dudes with massive guns, and it was like, in Australia, you don't ever see them around. Like, a police officer might have a pistol, but it's kind of like hard to see because it's on his side. But these dudes were holding massive guns, and like, I'd never seen anything like that before. And it's like fascinating and kind of scary at the same time. It's crazy. Okay, so we got grass. We can call this grass. I think I need to stick collision shapes on them, right? Okay, try mesh static body. I mean, that's gonna work, right? And then we can duplicate that. And we can call it dirt. And we will just make it unique. Okay. And we'll just drag that one to the side. And we'll just make sure that it's working properly. Yes, it is. Okay, great. Dirt. Nice and easy. Still looks crazy weird. Okay. That's fine though. Dirt 3. We'll call it pavers, I guess. Pavers, bricks. I'll probably have to rotate these flat as well. Just thinking. I don't know. I meant to click make unique recursive. I disappeared. Oh! I went to the wrong scene. There we go. Thank you for telling me. Appreciate it. Ground text 1. You. Oh, I didn't do that right. Undo. Oh no. Okay. Has it got an override texture on it? What happened there? This still looks like dirt to me. I haven't got my glasses on. It's kind of hard to see the edge. Yeah, that looks weird, right? Like in the preview. It's got to be material override, right? What? Well, either way. Drag that back in and then make this one unique. And I didn't like that, so I'm going to come down to here and go to ground text 1. Okay, so at the very least we've got dirt, bricks, and I guess grass. It's going to look pretty bad, but we'll start with that. So we should be able to replace this texture, this I guess you call it like a prototype texture. We'll replace that with the grid map and the mesh library. So we click this, and if my memory serves me correctly, which it rarely does, I need to go mesh library, import from scene, ignore transforms. Is probably what I want to do. And I've got it saved in this, grid mesh and mesh scene. Okay, so I get the 3. That works nicely. So let's just see how they overlay. I can't see anything. Let's turn off the navigation. Goodness. This is a messy one. I can't see them, but it could also just be because they're not double-sided. Yeah, there they are. Okay. So, that's fine. I've got to work with the separations and stuff. Can you rotate it flat? I'm pressing all sorts of buttons. I'm doing it all wrong. Floor. I hate working with grid maps. 0. They're such a pain in the ass. So the cell is 2x2, but it really needs to be 1x1. I think my number pad is running out of batteries. Okay. But now they stick together. Great. Center, 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 scale, collision, collision layer 1. Bake navigation. The grid map creates a navigation region for each cell that uses a mesh library. I don't think I need that. Hello, am I doing the jam? Yay, I am. I'm doing the Zombeez Jam. You can win some money. I was invited, and I don't think I'm going to win, but, you know, you can. Back rotate Y, back. So I need to press D to rotate in the Z. Nope. Edit the X-axis. Oh. Whoa, this is weird to look at. Oh, okay, I see. It's really confusing to look at. Like, edit the X-axis. Dude, what the frick? Why is it like this? So you would think it would be edit Z-axis, right? What am I doing? I have no idea, Ricky. I'm trying to edit the floor axis, but it's not working, and it's probably because I'm thinking in 2D. Hey Jay, I'm also doing the jam, working on a side scroller, playing as a zombie. So far, I'm making good progress. That's awesome. I'm going to try to make a wave FPS shooter, but we'll see. If I can even get my grid maps to work, I think I need to rotate them. Let's be honest. These all need to be rotated flat. Okay. Snap object for transform configure grid map. Mesh. Import from scene. Apply transforms. And now they are a flat, which is exactly what we want. I'm still editing the wrong axis. Can I please edit the one that goes along the floor? What's going on? I need to rotate. I don't know how to make it clear rotation. Oh, Y. It's Y. Y is up, not Z. I got confused. Don't mind me. Awesome. So now I can paint the floor in. Dirt doesn't really look like dirt, and grass looks a little bit weird. Okay, so we got some issues with the grid map. Is it because they're not? It doesn't tile. It's so bad. This is gonna be fun. Do the pavers at least look okay? they're a little bit more passable. Okay, we might have to work on that. Also, they're like way offset. Hang on a second. What's going on? Oh, because I applied the transform. Ugh. Ignore transforms. But then they rotated like that. So, I will also need to put these all on 0. So that one's on 0. How frustrating. Am I just like not getting it? Move that and the pavers. Okay. Mesh library. Import from scene, apply transforms. Okay. That's working better now. How ugly. We'll work on that. Can you draw like a square? How does that work? Grid maps don't work like tile maps, and it's kind of annoying. Okay. I should make this procedural, right? Like at some point I should probably make it so that the level is random every time, and all these kind of games are. Oh, man, I'm struggling with this. I press shift. It just creates like a mask. It doesn't do anything. I'm tripping out. How to fill a big area with the grid map. Am I missing something? What's going on? Wasn't there like a thing that used to... This is really annoying. It doesn't have to be the rectangle icon. It doesn't have the rectangle. Yeah, I feel like there used to be something that allowed you to paint essentially like large areas. Like this is really annoying to have to try and draw it in, and there's probably an add-on I need to download. But so annoying. There's got to be a better way. I'm Googling. Grid map. Using grid maps. So we can create a mesh library, we can create collisions, and that's what mine looks like, so that's good. There is, yeah, I've used that before. You use trench broom, which would be like good for this, but like I feel like the grid map is fine. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so it's often necessary to reduce the navigation mesh properties for the agent radius. This song sucks. Sorry, Kevin McLeod. Bake, cell size, okay, yada yada yada. Using the grid map. Create a new scene, add a grid map node, add the mesh. Should be set to the side of the mesh. You can leave it with the default. Okay, now you can start designing the level. Use the arrows next to the grid map. Hang on a second. I need to make it bigger for my old eyes. Create area. Launch 1? What's launch 1? Holding and shift and dragging with the left will draw a selection box. You can duplicate or clear the area. Yeah, I did that. What does it do? You can duplicate or clear the area using the respective menu options. Create area, create exterior connector, erase area, duplicate section, clear section. Right. You can change the access. Okay, that seems to be the gist of it. All right, so I really have to just use this. So if I like highlight the whole thing, fill section, Control F. We did it. It only took me like took me way longer than I'd like to admit. We did it. Now we haven't deleted the hit that launch button. It's not here. It must be like a Mac thing. I don't know. Okay. I mean, the ground, it looks like trash, but like... Where's the... Oh, I turned the enemy off. It's not visible. Yeah, we'll work on that. Alright. Let's make some walls. So I need to work on the Z axis. Yeah, cool. Cool. This looks weird. It's still flat, but I can just go up and down. These really should be squares instead of planes, right? It's just going to be easier, isn't it? Yeah, I think it'll do okay. Okay, so I'm going to change these to cubes because I'm just having trouble with the depth. Box mesh. Yeah, fine. That's fine. And now I can actually move them around. And we'll delete the static body and start again. As you do. Yeah, I'm still gonna have to like think, I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about how I want to do this because it's gonna not be true to the look if I make it boxy rather than flat. So, but I mean, as long as I'm not exposing the fact that it's not, I don't know, we'll figure it out. Or maybe I just do my own style. Whatever. So the trick is when you don't know how to do something, you just act like a rebel and act like you're going to do it your own way without concern for what it means, rather than saying you don't know how. It's a pro tip there. Lydia, nearest. Go over there. You need a new static body. Alright, try mesh. Delete. Box mesh. Yeah, I think trench boom would actually be pretty good. I should consider setting it up on this PC for the next stream so that I can use it. I've used it a little bit in the past, but not much. All right, that's good enough for now. This needs a new tri-mesh static body mesh. Okay, now I don't have to worry about orientating everything. So let's just re-import all of this. Special library, import from scene, ignore transforms this time. Okay, now everything has depth and I don't need to worry about figuring that out for myself. Okay, so we still need to be on the Z. And now, yeah, okay, so now I can still be editing the Y-axis and just come up a level, you know? And now I can create the boundaries that had all of this stuff around it. I'm basically just going to try to recreate the level that was here. This is the same song again, just louder. Go next. This is also the same song again, just louder. Great. Nothing that's going to ruin the vibe too much. Oops. Yeah, I think I'm still going to run into issues. I'm not like 100% happy with the look like that. You know? It's not like True Doom. And we go up one more. It looks more like Minecraft now. That's fine. People like Minecraft, right? Okay. So I guess now, like if you want to make a really big wall, right? Like if I wanted to make a big wall along the edges here, I like edit the Z-axis, right? And then I move it all the way along to the edge. Hey, Goose Fat, I need more hedgehogs. That's, see you later. It's supposed to be dirt. Add to block list? Yeah, you gone. Don't be dropping shit in my chat like that, bro. What is it? It's like a Discord attachment. I don't even know. I'm not clicking that shit. Should I click it? Oh, it's hedgehogs. It's actually hedgehogs. I thought you were going to be like sending me grossness. I'm so jaded by the internet. I apologize for my aggressiveness. But why are you dropping hedgehogs in the chat? Damn, that's a lot of hedgehogs, bro. Did you make some yourself? Get him out of here. I forgive if you follow. Nah. Okay, that's cool. Thank you. You are forgiven. I don't know. I'm trying to like think about what to click. And I'm a little bit lost. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Nice hedgehogs. Okay. Oh, that's right, because I blocked you on the restream chat, but then I don't know how to fix that. I might have to do it in restream. I'll fix it later. I've turned off my links entirely for my chat streams. My security side says no. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a security guy, but I'm just like concerned about people sharing unsavory things. But yeah, security wise, yeah, I suppose it's a bit It's a bit dodgy. You probably like cut out a lot of the, what's it called? Spammers, right? Because they were dropping links they want you to click to be like, we can get you some more viewers or whatever. And if you just say like no links, then they're stuffed. So I can see the benefit of that. I should set that up myself. Because like I agree, it's kind of like, let's all agree not to share links. But then what if I become like a total React lord? And then I want you to send me links. I'll have to change it. I don't think I could ever become a React lord. Yoink. Fill. Do the same thing on the other side. I have to press the number. I have to press the key every single time to move it. Oh, I suppose I could just type it in. $10:04 in AU. Yeah, that's the time in Australia. But it could be, yeah, it could be a cock. You're right. It totally could be. Am I allowed to say that on Twitch? I don't know. It's late and I'm Australian. You gotta forgive me. It's part of my culture. Yeah, exactly. Like I don't think, it's very uncommon I think in the game dev space to be like a reactor. But I could like chuck on some Ace Roller and we could all just like be like, wow, that's amazing. Because because it is. I don't really have anything bad to say about anybody. That's the problem. And if you're doing React, you have to be like trashing everybody. I think that's the meta, right? That's how you get people to watch it. Is there even any React in game dev? I've never seen any, but it could just be the algorithm, you know? It's not as high as the rest of them. Whoops. Like I spend a lot of time, like I watch, you guys would know him, like Primogen, and that's all React, but it's like developer React. So it's a little bit different. And I don't actually, you know what, I'm taking it all back because I wouldn't even be a good Reactor because I don't know what I'm talking about. That's over there, so I need to bring it this way. Grid maps suck. And then I suppose like what I need to do as well is make the resolution way smaller. Don't know. Control F. I've never seen any. I think games from... Yeah, I guess games from scratch kind of is, but it's not really because it's more like news. But in a way, it is similar kind of content. It's like... Because a lot of it is like, oh, look... I mean, he made one for... Like, people make stuff for news. It's game dev news, I guess, is like the React. Because it's like, when Brackies came back, so many people were making videos about that. And I was pretty tempted, but like, I don't want to be too like, there's a limit to how much I want to just copy everybody else. You gotta try and be your own person, I guess. This feels very Minecrafty. It doesn't feel like Doom, but it could also just be the environment. We'll work on it. Okay, so let's, because we've still got the old map here. Let's delete it. And drop this into navigation. Bake the nav mesh, I'm guessing. Clear nav mesh, bake nav mesh. It's not happy. It's doing okay. Okay. Night Goose. Goose Fat, I am making, and I apologize, I can't see you in the chat anymore because anyway, we'll work on that later. Goose Fat, I am working on a game jam. Oh, good night. Oh, he's already left the chat, whatever. Whoops. Accidentally blocked him. Turn off the lights, add lava, doom. Yeah. No one will be able to tell the difference. Okay, so everything should be good to go. Okay, everything's... Oh. They all fell. Oh, they're not in the right spot anymore. That's okay. He should still be able to chase me around. And he can. Make it Dune instead of Doom. Zombie Dune. Okay. Looks like we're good game. I have to replace the textures on these too. Okay. We can actually do that. It's really easy. There is a box texture. Cube. I saw it in here. No? Crate? Yes. Nice. Okay, awesome. What is this song? I like this song. Is it A Night in Venice? It is A Night in Venice. Nice. Yeah. Okay. And we just drop that on. And we have to change its sample to be sampling to nearest. Awesome. So now it all fits. It's all using the textures. Now, I should probably reduce the resolution, and I'm going to need to create an environment that actually feels a little bit more like a zombie apocalypse rather than blue sunshine. Although, let's be real, if there was a zombie apocalypse, there would be days where the weather was good. There'd just be zombies. It would be kind of like Dead Island, right? That's the name of the game where you're like in... Is it... You're in Papua New Guinea or like... it's like some place in that part of the world. Or am I getting that wrong? It's based in the Pacific, right? Dead Island? That game was fun. I never played the sequel. Plot. Main playable characters. Hong Kong government, yada yada yada, ex-police officer are awakened. Intercom. As Moresby. Does it say? And I'm skimming it. Zombies doesn't really change the weather. It's about the tone. You have to put like a grey tone over everything. Dead Island is good. I'm convinced it was actually based in like maybe what's that other island near where I live? French Polynesia, something like that. Left 4 Dead. Yeah. Who knows? Why am I reading this anyway? Getting distracted. Sorry, I'm just checking my phone. I'm totally working. Do you ever do that? Do you guys have like Zoom meetings and you're like trying to make it look like you're still like paying attention, but you're also looking at your phone? Like you just hold it up to the camera so that when you're looking at it, it looks like you're still looking at stuff. I do it all the time. You would never know. You'd think I was just sitting here silently. Okay, so let's think about the resolution. Now, when I change the resolution, it's actually going to affect the shooting in this game because it's based on the size of the someone jogging with headphones. Yeah, it was actually a really good trailer. It has a really good premise, like a hotel and there's a zombie apocalypse. Man, zombies were all the rage like 15 years ago. That was like everyone always was talking about zombie apocalypse, zombie apocalypse. There was all those movies. 28 days later, 28 weeks later. So good. I remember I used to like sit up with friends and we would be drinking and we'd just be talking about like how we would survive the zombie apocalypse when it happened. Spoiler alert, Australia would be fine, but just shut all our borders. Well, actually, that's not true, because then someone always makes it through, right? We still got COVID. So we'd still get zombies. Probably just at a slower rate. We wouldn't be the first place to get it, that's for sure. What's that movie? Zombieland? You know, you just got to get good cardio and you can survive. Okay, I'm messing with the resolution, right? What resolution should I use? What do we think? Costco. What was the resolution of Doom? 320 by 200. It was not in, but stretched vertically, the equivalent of 320 by 240. Okay. It's pretty small. And then we want to change this to viewport and keep. And then this, so we want advanced settings for the window width override. So we'll just double it. Oh, 320 times 2, 240 times, oh my God, this keyboard needs to be charged. 240. That's still pretty small. And then, oh, well, it's resizable. It still looks marketably better. The UI is kind of fucked. Okay, the sensitivity's messed up, the UI is messed up, but I still think it's an improvement. Can't tell anything. And the shooting will no longer work because of something that happened in Godot 4 that what was the resolution of that new multiplayer game that everyone played recently? That's a really general question. What multiplayer game? Why don't I use the sub viewport? I don't think it looks very good. Okay, so I know what you're talking about. So let's say if we reset this, right? And then we just reset that. And we wanted to get a pixelated look. You don't even need a sub viewport these days. You can just go to project, and I'll just move this out of the way so you can see. You go project settings, and then you go scaling, right? Scaling 3D, and FSR sharpness, scale, hello. Doesn't change anything. Why doesn't it change anything? What gives? Oh well, that's how you're supposed to do it, right? I have to rerun the game. Look at it. And now it's pixely. And it just doesn't look the same. You could use a sub viewport as well. You 100% could use a sub viewport. That's a lot of work. And, well, actually, it's not really. I don't know. Yeah, it's a good point. You have a valid point, Marius. I don't think it looks as good, but you do get a clean UI. Oop, got hit. And then also it does some crazy shit here. Do I do a sub viewport? Is it not live? Yeah, apparently not. Project settings, and we'll go back to 1. So, would we be able to achieve... Yes, I think if we did a sub viewport, we would be able to achieve a cleaner look. You put the game world in another viewport. I've done it before. Just gets added to like a random node. So you have the world. I mean, the node, right? Like because your UI has to be like on a separate layer, right? It has to be above, like, so, Am I thinking about this correctly? Let me cook. This is like, what, Christmas music? No good layout? I don't know. Skipping. This is also Christmas music. What the heck? Okay. Out of that. So, could we use a sub viewport? I think the answer is yes. Where would we put the sub viewport? Well, you could. Everything needs to sit inside of it, and the UI would need to sit outside of it, right? Or do you just put the camera in it, like I've got already? Like I've got a camera, I've got a sub viewport here. So I'm cooking. You have the camera. Where's the camera? Main camera? Where's the sub viewport? Oh, it's up here. Okay, so you got a sub viewport and then you got a camera, right? And it draws everything on layer 20. But if it drew everything on layer 1, then it would pick up everything in the scene. And then you could reduce its size, right? Because right now it's set to stretch. It's not even turned on. And then it's well, you would be stretching it to the window. 2D override. I guess you would turn it off. You'd turn stretch off, right? Because then it always gets, if true, the sub viewport will automatically be resized to the control size, right? Lethal Company. Oh, I know what you're talking about now. I don't actually know what that used. It was like a custom resolution for sure. It looked funky. I never played it. Top of the search. 520p. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so now we've got a sub viewport, right? And it's not set to stretch. So we can make it anything we want as long as it's 16 by 9, right? So what's a small 16 by 9? I'm so freaking dumb, man. Live streaming is just exposing me. So we can go like 480. Just divide it by 4. 480 by 270. Would that work? What's this going to look like? Or is the sub viewport just going to get really small? Like, I actually don't know how this is going to behave. Yeah, it's just in the corner. Well. Oh, there's stretch shrink though. Click context, custom minimize size, transform. Container sizing. Expand? No. It's also drawn above everything else, so the UI. Oh, well, I can fix that actually. Come on, Marios, help me out here. If true, the viewport will automatically be resized to the control. Stretch and choose 2 or 4. For the stretch shrink, I mean, it looks pretty similar to the FSR, to be honest. It's kind of the same. And obviously you can't see the UI, but that's because this is like further down on the list of things. So if we put this at the top, it'll be below everything else. And that's kind of like, I mean, I think it is just the same as FSR, to be honest. I'm going to have to look at them side by side. I don't think it's good pixels, you know what I mean? Like there's sub pixels. So I guess you can turn this off, right? Like we could test both. Obviously this is 100%. And then project settings, scale 0.25. Well, this definitely looks worse, for sure. Sorry, my brain has left the chat. This definitely looks worse, in my opinion. For sure. But I still feel like this is not quite right. Oh, I forgot to turn it on. Compared to like an actual small resolution. Maybe if I change the texture filter. Is there such a thing for the sub viewport? Oh, okay, that actually looks legit. I think. I reloaded the scene, so... Did that actually help? I think that did. I think you've done it. It's still like sub pixels. So it's not 100%, but it still looks like way clearer. Yeah, there's a lot of sub pixels actually. Okay, hold up a second. Let's compare this to like project settings and just making the window really small. What did I say? 480 by 270, which is I think what we're drawing right now. If we're dividing it before 480 by 270, it's actually probably way smaller than that, right? Because 27 is a bit small. Because we're doing 4 on 1152, right? It's a really small resolution. And then we have to change to viewport. Look how small it's become. Let's turn off the HUD so that we can actually see. This song's really loud. Let's have a look. And it's tiny, but we can make it bigger. I mean, I think it looks the same, right? I'll have to compare in post. But to be honest, I died. But like, I don't know, I don't think it looks any better or worse, right? So I think the combination we want is a sub viewport with set to nearest. Honestly, I don't think I can tell the difference. So I think that's the one, Marius. Thank you for the suggestion. Okay. Now, everything is just way too bright. Like, I know we were discussing that weather doesn't really change when there's a zombie apocalypse, realistically. But, you know, like, it should be a little bit gloomy for the setting. So I guess I'll stick with, like, procedural world environments, because I guess if I want to be true, I'll have to check with the guy that made the jam to see if it's like okay if I can just make something. The grey tone, yeah. Procedural sky material. Like just change this to a more grey. Like that. Darker. The horizon, make it darker. And the directional light, it's yellow. There's no theme as far as I'm aware. We just have to use the asset pack to make a game. Make it dark. Well, let's not make it yellow. What kind of color would the light be? I guess we'd make it go. We'd go for like a more reddy tone. HSV, and then we just like reduce the saturation. I managed to script the ability of attacking and a death animation and activation for a killable target. So yay me. Good work, Jay. Nice. We did it. Yeah, okay, we'll just trying to think what would be a good light. Be like a more of an orangey tone. We'll work on that. It's definitely still too bright. And we need fog. Okay, let's add some fog. Reflected light, tone map. Oh, it's got to be ACES, right? ACES is the one everyone uses. SSR. We don't want to go overboard with the stuff. So what I really want is, do we want to use volumetric frog or do we want to use, let's see how that looks. I mean, it looks pretty legit. I need to connect the signal for animation finished on that like animation so that he throws the knife when he finishes the animation instead of like out of order. But it's definitely like an improvement. So we've got that going for us. So that's pretty good. Okay. So like in terms of theme, we're making progress. What does regular fog look like? That probably looks more like actually like a Doom game. Yeah, it's also cheaper, so. How much can you pay you to get the gun towards... Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Well, I was pretty lazy when I set that up, eh? Let's have a look. View 3D. Okay, so the animation player for the weapon model. We want, I think it's plus I, right? Doesn't really look at the center. The problem I'm having is that the further I point them towards the center, How's that? Is that better? It probably needs to come up a bit, I guess. Whoa. Take that off the screen. That looks better, right? At least it's like on the line. A lot of them. I mean, that one's pretty good as well. Dude. I love this rocket launcher. I just need to give it some like visual effects. I'm really stoked with how this is starting to look. Whoa. This one is probably needs some alignment. Problem is I can't see the center when I'm doing this. If you know what I'm saying? I'm not there yet for Twitch yet, Ricky. I am a little bit short. Let's have a look. It doesn't update that quickly. So, yeah, we're almost there. We got like 15 followers to go. And then, because I've never streamed until now. Because I've never had a good enough internet connection. The classic boxes are blasting off again, yeah. Yeah, because I could never stream, like, up until a couple of weeks ago. I was always using Wi-Fi, and there was never a reason for me to upgrade to like a wired connection. I mean, aside from streaming, realistically, if I was being realistic, I could have upgraded to a wired connection, and then I would be able to stream for like ever since I've lived in this house. But I'd never, like, my excuse was always like, the internet where I live is slower than how fast the cable is. So it's slower than the Wi-Fi speed, right? Because I live in Australia. So even if I got like the most expensive internet, Wi-Fi is still faster than it. So there's not really a need for it except for stability. Like, you can't really stream on Wi-Fi. Not in my house. I'm too far away from the router. I get a solid connection most of the time, but then I drop off. I tried a couple of years ago. Didn't work out. It's not that good. Like, the minute someone turns on the microwave, it's just the stream dies. So, I ended up buying a NAS because I was producing so much like video, like a stream like this. It's like 10 gigabytes or something like that. And I was running out of space. My wife was running out of space on her computer. It was like, okay, time to buy a NAS. And then I realized like network speed actually matters, because transferring to a NAS over Wi-Fi is like really slow. And so I was like, oh crap, I've got to actually wire up the house. And so I had done a little bit of legwork already, because before I went on holiday last year, I put like security cameras all around the house. And so I had wired them to a box in the room that we have all our networking in. And so, like, in terms of getting the cable to the router was really easy. And then I just had to run it through the roof until I got to my room, and then like just make a hole in the wall, do like the yellow thing up the wall, and then connect it up. Wiring up is pretty easy. All that kind of like DIY stuff is like, it's pretty trivial. It's kind of scary to make holes in walls, but once you like make a hole in a wall, you get like pretty calm about it. I still have to fix them, but like, you do it a couple times, you get used to it. So it wasn't my first time like putting holes in walls, that's for sure. So that wasn't really too much of a concern for me, but yeah, I finally, like, getting a NAS was the reason for me to wire up my house. And then I realized that, oh shit, I could start streaming now, which is like way more of a convenient way to like keep up with like YouTube and making content, because it's a little bit more relaxed. I don't have to be like sitting down and writing. I hate writing. So we can just do this on the fly. I can make shorts, and occasionally I can make long form. and then that way I can like keep up with the like that. And so like I don't have a following on Twitch. Anyway, long-winded story of like me being lazy. Realistically, that's all it is. I could have wired up the house day one. There was a point in time where there were no there was no external plasterboard on my house at all because we were doing renovations. Like it would have been so easy to run the cabling then, and I still didn't because I was like, yeah, Wi-Fi. But no, I'm really happy I did. I'm enjoying streaming, so we're having fun. And I get to actually make games instead of just make content about making games. Undo. That was good where it was. Okay. I'm actually like really stoked with this. Some of the ammo pickups are really hard to read. A year of planning, a year of doing. I've been renovating my house for 3 years. I bought it 3 years ago. I've been renovating it for 3 years since then. The problem is it's so expensive. And so does this guy just have like, oh no, that's just a bad health. I still don't have a kitchen. We tore down our kitchen and we never put another one in like a year ago, but we converted the laundry to be like a kitchenette in the meantime. So silly. Yeah. I should like post a photo of it at some point. It's really bad. Actually, it's not that bad. It's kind of just like living out of a hotel kitchen, you know? We've got everything. But it's just like really small. But it's just me and my wife. It's fine. It's fine. Honestly, like I could just live with that. But like I bought this house. I should probably finish it. What is this? Oh. I totally forgot that. No, I shouldn't have to update the viewport. It's disabled keep still, so the viewport should still work. Everything is working as intended, right? Why isn't this? No, that's okay. Yeah, no, it's all good. Cool. Okay. I'm stoked with that for like the first day's progress. Next, we have to, because I'm not like much of a planner. I don't like to I don't write things down. I'm bad like that. So I have to create like a more complicated enemy and a wave system. So those are the two things that I need to make. My master bedroom is made up of 3 different flooring. Yeah, oh man, flooring is crazy expensive. It's tough. Never again. But always probably again, because in order to be able to get into a house, you have to just buy one that's falling apart. Okay, so I have to make enemies in a wave system, really. I have to like refine the enemy system that I'm using. And this is good because like the enemy template, the enemies is something that I want to like flesh out and make really good. And because it is like a wave, it's an FPS wave shooter, right? So like the entire point of those is just to have enemies that are flexible, like, you know, a lot of different kinds of enemies, all that kind of stuff. So realistically, I need to put like health, which is really easy. I need to make enemies good, which is hard. And then like a wave system to track how many enemies need to spawn and when they spawn and stuff like that, which is like middle. And where they spawn. So I think next we will work on probably if I tackle like pickups and health and the wave system, I think I could do them all in one night. And then the enemies will take a longer time. And we can work on the enemies. And then if there's time, because it's only 2 weeks, we can work on upgrades, and we can work on level design. Yeah. And then pie in the sky, like real stretch goal, procedural, so that I don't actually have to do level design, so that it's all just random and it just is. I need to play Survivor. No, not Survivor. Vampire Survivor. That's what it's called, right? I need to play that because, like, I'm just going to make a version of that that's 3D and FPS. And is it infinite or is it level based? I don't know. People love it, right? I'm talking about the right thing, right? Vampire Survivor. Yeah, this is the game that I'm cupping. This is 10 out of 10 on Steam. Dude, what a slam dunk. I don't know where that went. How much is it? 4 USD. After your audition ends, check the itch.io prototype. Oh, there's an itch.io prototype. Awesome. You know what? I figured out what's causing my computer to, or what's causing my browsers to lag is video while I'm streaming. So like the encoding must be like messing with the video playback. It's constant enemies changing time based. Okay, so like I don't really need to do level design. I just need to do like enemy design and then like power ups probably. But like we can sort of cheat with the power ups because we can make the weapons like a part of the power ups. You just get more weapons. Like you get the rocket launcher and it just like decimates the enemies. $120,000 positive reviews. Dude, guy, man, he must have made stacks of cash from this. That's awesome. Good for him. It's just a self-published thing, right? I like listened to a podcast, I think, where he was talking about it. And it was like just him, but then it became really massive. And then he brought on other people to work on it. And it was like just a hobby thing. Was he already a game designer? I can't remember. He like quit, I think. I'm just talking out my ass. It was a really interesting story though. And it's really awesome to see someone succeed like that. Potatoes is also a good example, but that's based on time, like 1 minute per wave, and then go to upgrades. Okay, cool. I might have to do a little bit of research. I'm thinking about maybe coming on tomorrow for like a different kind of segment, like maybe we play a game. I was thinking of calling it like a Boomer Shooter Sunday, but maybe we have to play Vampire Survivors. I don't know. But we'll see. Alrighty, I think that's going to be me for the night. It's getting late. It's almost 11 p.m, which is late for me because I'm not like a night person. I'm like some people that like to stay up real late. So I'm low-key kind of hungry. Okay. So, thank you. What I think I'm going to start doing, because I want to start pushing Twitch followers. Guys on YouTube, help me out. Follow me on Twitch. I'm going to drop the link in a second.
What the fuck?
What? Whoa, don't be dropping swear words like that. Browse page. Oh my goodness. Guys, help me out. Give me a follow. I want to make affiliate. If I can. I don't know. We'll see. But it'd be really helpful. And join the Discord as well. It's always like very appreciated. We were all hanging out. You can ask me questions. I'll reply. I'm there all the time. I basically just live there. Even when I'm working. Don't tell my boss. Where is my OBS so I can paste it in both? Ricky says, I actually made what you're making, but with melee weapons for a game jam recently. That sounds fun. Ending soon. And let's play us out with something more upbeat than some low-key jazz. Let's go with something short. Hospitals. And we can turn it up. And we can turn it up. Alright guys, I will see you later.